So on this second day of training camp, so much attention on the Bills. And in a moment, we're going to take you to St. John Fisher University. Adam and Vic will join us live. But first, some pretty exciting news to share about the upcoming season, at least for us. Not only will you see the NFL opener here on Channel 2 and NBC on Thursday, September 8th, the Bills at the Rams. You can see the countdown clock there at the bottom of your screen. But the following week, week two on your side, will also carry the Monday night football game as the Bills host the Tennessee Titans. Looking to, of course, get some revenge after this, what happened on Monday Night Football last season. This game on the road, just seconds to go. And right there, Josh Allen with a quarterback sneak on 4th and inches. He tripped, came up just short, giving the ball back to Tennessee. It was certainly a heartbreaking loss. This time around, though, they're going to be playing in Orchard Park. And again, the game will air here on Channel 2 as well as on ESPN. It's a 7:15 kickoff. And when you add in the Week 8 Sunday night football game at home against Green Bay, we have these 3 games for the Bills right here on WGRZ this season. Plus, there is the potential for some flexed games late in the season that could also end up on Sunday night football here on NBC. So stay tuned to all of that. Let's now, though, get to the immediate business at hand and training camp about an hour east of Buffalo. Adam Benigni and Bills insider Vic CARRUCCI joining us live now from Pittsford. And Adam, I know we're going to focus this half hour on the offense. Everybody, of course, watching everything Josh Allen does. Nowadays, even focusing on what he eats. But also a couple of other focus points for you.
Yeah, plenty to focus on here, Mike. Thank you. And you know it's a big deal when Vic CARRUCCI shows up on campus. This team must be a Super Bowl contender.
There you go.
Vic, it's good to have you here. And by the way, Michael just mentioned, you know, they're focusing on what Josh Allen eats. We did sample the turkey burgers today.
We did. And I got to say, he was right.
They were a thumbs up.
They were a thumbs up.
All right. So Josh Allen, of course, a focal point whenever he steps on the field. Practice number 2 here in this training camp here today. The stadium packed as usual. The demand so high for this. And Allen, we can't show the team drills. That's an NFL rule, a Bills rule. You'll see him working out through the early portion of practice here, but at least 3 interceptions during the team drills. And I know a couple of fans expressed some concern to me. I wouldn't even remotely get near a panic button at this point.
No, don't even think about a panic button. We are in Pittsford, New York, St. John Fisher University, watching practices out there. When you see this in July, it means nothing in terms of the season. 3 interceptions. He could throw 10 interceptions in a practice. Josh Allen is still the guy that you expect him to be when the season starts.
A guy that obviously, receiver Gabe Davis, we saw what obviously a statement game beyond that in the divisional playoff loss to the Kansas City Chiefs with the 4 touchdowns. But he looks like he's ready to pick up right where he left off in that number 2 receiver.
Yeah, and again, no surprise there. This was a guy, 4th round pick, who on the day he was drafted goes through an intensive workout. Post that video. His work ethic is through the roof, and he has spent his time making himself a better player. I mean, on a regular basis, and we saw signs of it last year. It wasn't just those 4 touchdowns in the playoff game against Kansas City. Yeah, that put him on the map, maybe nationally, but as a player last year, and Stefon Diggs referenced this, he was already there, making that climb to more of an elite level.
All right, a little bit less than a minute left in the segment here, but an overriding theme as far as offense is concerned. For coordinator Brian Daboll moving on to become the head coach of the New York Giants. Quarterbacks coach Ken Dorsey, they promoted from within. This was Josh Allen's guy, but whenever you do that, there's going to be an adjustment or 2. They're adding new things in. The base of the offense, the language remains the same, so there's a lot of carryover. We heard the players talk about that, but there is some getting used to some new wrinkles, and I think that may be an example of what we saw earlier today.
Yeah, this is not a cookie cutter of what they did under Brian Daboll. There are significant differences. Dawson Knox talked about this as far as the tight end position, a lot of use of what's called 13 personnel. What that means is 1 back and 3 tight ends on the field in those formations, and that is a power sort of formation, but it gives you the option to also throw as well. You get the blocking and the ability for Josh Allen to find those targets. That takes time to work on. Dawson Knox said, yeah, we got all the plays installed in the offseason, but you got to go through it now in camp to learn it, and that's the process.
Not the least of which, too, is the fact that Ken Dorsey is calling plays as an NFL coordinator for the very first time. More on the defense with Vic here from St. John Fisher at 6:20. For now, Michael, back into you.
All right, we will look forward to that. Thanks to both of you.